Hey everyone, so I'm inside my 95 3000 GT. You can see the happiness on my face. I'm super happy and excited after 1.5 years of sitting in the shop and probably getting work for 3 or 4 weeks, but mostly waiting on parts, on machine shops and all that stuff. My 3000 GT is back. It's in my home. I'm super happy and excited. My 95 and 92 are finally together. And yes, right now it doesn't smoke. I'll post a separate video where I'll talk about everything I went through, and I have pictures and videos of the car getting worked on, and have some more details to share, and finally how we fix the problem. It hasn't passed smog yet. I need to break in to this newly rebuilt motor, right? So I think it's recommended 1,000 miles. I don't think I can do 1,000 miles, so I'm gonna do probably 300-400 miles and attempt smog test. Right now it doesn't smog anymore. There's no smoke, and I already drove like 100 miles. But then why are we doing this video? Well, during driving those 100 miles, I got extremely bored listening to the loud exhaust. The loud exhaust is pretty and nice only for some time, and then I was super bored. I needed some music. So I started finding my old radios and tried to install them. And you know what? Let me show you my radios. 1 second. So, all right. So these are the two radios that I had saved. The first one is in pretty good condition, no damages. The second one has a little scuff here on the FM button, and there's some water spots you can see, but otherwise they are both operational and works perfectly fine. I called up Mitsubishi and got the radio codes and everything was ready, and I was going to install it, and then I thought maybe let's look for some other options while we install this. And I was looking for other options, what else I could install here. And during that time, I was looking for 7-inch doubled in, and I put my car model number 3000 GT, and this guy Miguel DSM, I think he has a nice YouTube channel. His video popped up, and he got doubled in stereo that was reasonably priced. It was like $179 on Amazon with 1 day delivery, and I thought maybe not bad. Maybe we should move on with technology. And my 92 is pretty much stock except the radiator, which I had to swap recently. But apart from that, everything is stock. So maybe this one doesn't need to be stock. And anyways, I plan to mod this one. And so, without delay, let me show you the stereo. Alright guys, so this is the stereo, the double in. It's touch screen, it has Android Auto, Apple CarPlay and everything. You can check out his video, he has done a detailed review. I'm not gonna do that and waste your time. I'm here just to second his opinion that yes, this is a very good choice. There's a bird's nest behind it. I was able to remove my old connector. It was connected, this Metra connector was connected to a Blaupunkt stereo singled in, and I threw it away a long time ago. And so what I did was I was able to remove only one end of those plugs, and I plugged in the new one. It was pretty no-brainer. Everything is labeled. You connect front, left, rear, everything just the way it's labeled, and it was pretty simple. And there was just one thing to notice. There's a blue wire here for amplifier, and it says like if you connect that to either accessories, or it didn't say or where else I could connect. It just said if you need more power, connect it to the accessories. So if you connect it to the accessories, basically it'll power up as soon as the unit turns on. And I didn't connect it, and the unit still turned on. My amp is working. It sounds beautiful. I mean, that's what you get for $179, right? Like, you cannot expect something out of this world. It's totally worth the money. And I tried making phone calls. Setup was super easy. So this is not an install video, just wanted to show you guys. I think this is going to completely look awesome. So I think with some nice music, I'll be able to do the remaining 300-400 miles before before I go for a smog check. I've got the paperwork and everything. I've got moving permits to drive it on city road. I actually put the car on no op because I wasn't sure these guys will be able to fix the car this time. I gave the shop a deadline of Jan 31st saying, hey, come Jan 31st, if you can't fix the car, I want it back, and we need to talk about how we settle the money, because I paid a significant amount of money for fixing the car. And they fixed it, and Jan 31st they called me and they said the car is ready, take it. So now I need to put those 300-400 miles or 500 miles before I can smog it. So with some music in my ears, this is going to be a sweet ride. And it was pretty simple. I mean, like, you know how you guys are better mechanics than I am. You know how these things work, right? The OEM harness is untouched and undamaged. Here's the OEM harness. This is the other harness from where we are going to tap like three. One is the constant power, the power antenna, and the ignition, and also the illumination one. Four we are tapping, and we are connecting them to here. This is the similar one, just like the Metra one. It's smaller in size and sleek. It's not as bulky as a Metra one. So those four ones, the constant power from the battery, the ignition, then the illumination, and the power antenna. These four you connect it here. They're all marked and labeled. It's super easy to connect, and remaining is just the speaker wires you connect to it, and it's done. I already had a subwoofer and speakers installed like 10 years ago. I'm just reusing the same, and you just need to connect the speaker wires, and it's super easy. And it also has a Wi-Fi antenna. I'm not sticking it. Looks like it doesn't have to stick out. You can just drop it inside somewhere. So I'm just gonna leave it loose there, and it's connected here. And you have an extra USB port here, and you also have USB port in the front. So I'm not gonna do anything crazy on the back. Just connect the connector here and the antenna here, and I already tested. It works beautifully. And it also came with some mounting hardware. I'm gonna use those mounting hardware and mount it, and we are set. And that's the final trim piece for the radio that fits perfectly around it. Well, that's the reason why I bought it, because that trim piece and this radio fits perfectly. Let me just give it a quick try and show you. Well, it did work in his video, so I hope it works in mine too. And here you go. Yeah, almost a perfect fit here. I do have a newer trim piece, and I'm probably going to use that, but yeah, it fits perfectly and can't complain. And I tested CarPlay and Android Auto both, and everything worked perfectly. So it's going to be fun riding this car with some cool music on. All right, once completely installed, this is how it looks, and it's a pretty flush fit, I would say, and kind of matches with the rest of the car. The temperature panel on top. So I think this worked out pretty well, and a big shout out to Miguel DSM for recommending this. So all right, that's all for today. Just wanted to show you the new stereo. It's called ATOTO maybe, and there are quite a few variations of this in Amazon, and you can find expensive ones, but I wasn't sure if this will work, which is why I got one of the mediocre ones, which is $179. I don't think we need anything more or any expensive one. Like, I mean, it has got everything. It has got microphone, auxiliary, micro SD card, USB. It has got Siri, and it has everything. You don't need anything else besides you have a phone. So I think we're good. We don't need to spend more money than we have to. So it's all good then. All right, I think those stereos, I might keep one of them and get rid of the other, and I have a couple of more sitting in the garage. I might put them up for sale on eBay for super cheap. All right, thank you for watching.